Hey all, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Assetto Corsa Rally. Assetto Corsa Rally has just entered into Steam Early Access. It's obviously by the same company who did the Assetto Corsa race sims, and this is very much the same as well. So if you've been looking at something to replace Richard Bruns Rally, I think this one's definitely going to be worth keeping an eye on. If you're not into early access, then just wait for it to be finished, but it's very, very promising. But definitely not perfect yet. For the early access launch, we get 10 licensed cars. Now, there's some classic ones and there's some more modern ones as well. And then we get 4 stages as well. So it's basically 2 countries. You get France and Wales. And then you get 2 small stages in each of them, I guess, split up into different events. So it's a decent amount of content, really, and just something to sink your teeth into for the initial early access launch. Hopefully they'll be pretty good at getting new content out. The tracks and stages themselves are all like laser mapped, so they're pretty damn accurate. And the car physics as well seems to be really nice, if not perfect at the moment. There's some online features as well, but it's not like you're racing head to head against other people. It's more like just timed events and stuff like that, because that's what Rally is all about. As I crash my Mini. That is one thing. The damage model in this game is pretty basic at the moment. It needs a lot of work. I mean, as you can see, the Mini there didn't really take much damage. And I was on my roof. So yeah, hopefully they'll improve that as they go along. But yeah, let's take a proper look at the game. We have a quick look at the menu system here. You start on the home page when you launch the game. You get the Rally events, which are kind of stages that you could take part in, and you can kind of progress through the events if you do well. And get to further later events that you've got to unlock. I guess that's going to be the basis of the main kind of single player game, I suppose, when they get into it. But we'll see how the game expands. And then, of course, you've got the garage as well, where you can see the stats of the cars. They kind of give a little rating on how difficult it is to drive and so on. Then you have a race tab where you can actually set up a lot of custom races, custom rallies. You get to select where you want it to be, what track you want to do. You know, you can take whatever car you want. You can change the weather. And yeah, you know, it's all to have a play around with. I don't think all like the weather settings and so on are in place yet. But you can have pretty stormy weather and it does affect how the car handles. So it's quite good, even at this early stage. And then you have the profile section where you set your name and your nationality for yourself and your co-driver. Let's jump into a rally stage and see what it's like. When you first get into the rally stage, you get to kind of have an overview of your car, have a look around. You can actually see how detailed the car is in this game. This game is really good looking. It's it's stunning. But you can actually also kind of set up your car here as well. Now, different cars will have different options, but yeah, let's take a quick look at that. So as you can see, you got your car setup, your tire setup. You can do your kind of gearbox ratios. If the car could, you could do suspension, dampeners, axles. Mini's very basic, so it just hasn't got all that kind of stuff. You do your tire pressure, your toe in and toe out, your brake bias and everything. So yeah, there's a lot here. And some of the later cars have a hell of a lot more options to play around with. And then your tire section is basically you can select different types of tires to use. Depending on the weather, of course, and depending on what kind of tires you like. I'm going to guess in the kind of, I guess, rally events that you do, you're going to have to do a number of stages. So you might want to make sure you choose a tire that's going to last. I'm using a control pad in this, and a lot of people have complained about the control pad not being great for the game. And I did have issues with it to start with, but I basically just turned the sensitivity right down and it's a hell of a lot better. But it definitely needs a tiny bit of work. Just be able to turn the sensitivity down a tiny bit more, I think it would make it a lot more controllable. I need to get myself a decent steering wheel because I think I'm going to play this game quite a bit. But people have been complaining about even steering wheel support in this at the moment. I mean, the devs have addressed it and they are trying to work to get more support in. But yeah, you know, it is literally just launched into early access. It's a shame they couldn't get better support in for that, but hopefully it will come. Even at this early stage, you can feel how much effort the devs have put into the kind of handling of the cars in this game. It's definitely up where with the best rally sims of that are out there. Richard Bruns Rally and the original Colin McRae games, probably some of the better ones. But yeah, this is up there with those. So yeah, if you're looking for like an arcade rally game, this definitely is not it. You probably want to look at some of the WRC games that were released over the last few years, if that's more your thing. Another one of the most complaints I've seen on the forums about this so far is that people are saying that it doesn't feel like the cars are that fast. Another one of the main complaints I've seen out there about this so far is people saying that the game doesn't feel fast enough. I can't say I agree with that. I mean, obviously I'm in a Mini here and crashing a Mini on my roof, so it's really slow, but the Mini's not a fast car, but some of the other cars I've had a go of as well, they seem fine to me, It's any faster I just wouldn't be able to play the game. But I guess it's more of the feeling of the speed that they're complaining about rather than the actual speed of the cars. And then another thing that's a bit iffy at the moment is handbrakes. You seem to press them and they just either don't do anything or they just lock on so much that your car just spins around and that's it. You can't seem to get into a proper handbrake turn properly, with using them. Or with the control panel anyway. I'm not sure if you had an analog handbrake, maybe you could be a bit better. But certainly with a button press that is either on or off, and you just do this basically. It is early access, and like I said before, if you're not into early access games, then definitely wait for the full release. The devs have got work to do to make this a perfect game, that's for sure. But it's a great start to it. On the left-hand side here, you can actually get an overview of the damage of your car and the condition of your tyres. Like I said, the damage model's a bit early on at the moment, but clearly they got some ideas behind this, and you're going to be able to damage all the different components as well. We can just finish up here, and we'll have a quick look at the online leaderboards to give you an idea of what you can expect from the online side of things so far. Obviously, it gives you your overall time. And if you check with the leaderboards, you could check where you've basically came overall in the world, I guess. So yeah, if you jump to session results or the world leaderboards here, you can have a look. So, I was 346. So, I'm 204th in the world, and that was like my second race with a control pad. I'm happy. But obviously, if you're a competitive person, you can work on that and get top. So there we go, guys. That is a quick look at Assetto Corsa Rally. And I think it's a good sign of things to come. The game is already a hell of a lot of fun. All the cars feel different. They all control really well. The game looks amazing. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. And that's what you want out of a game at the end of the day. Yes, it's a sim. So if you're not into sim racing, then maybe not for you. Maybe look at some of the WRC games that released over the years. But if you have been looking for a rally sim, then keep your eye on this one for sure. It's not perfect at the moment. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. When it comes to the controls for the car, gamepad needs a bit of work. By all accounts, a lot of the steering wheels need compatibility kind of overhaul. Some of the features like handbrakes and so on aren't working for some people. And then yeah, from the gameplay point of view, they need a bit of work with the damage modeling. You see I hit that bank then pretty hard. It would have really smashed my rear wheel up. But, hopefully that's going to come. It does look like they're planning on doing more with the damage modeling in this. Or at least I hope they do anyway. And then of course I'm looking forward to seeing more tracks, more cars for sure. I want to see some more nice classic cars from the 90s and stuff like that getting into the game. But for the first release of Early Access, there is a lot of fun to be had here. If you're a rally fan, you'll probably want to be picking this up. But thanks for watching, everyone. If you do want to see more videos like this, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps with all the YouTube side of things. And I'll see you all in the next video.